The NBA is famous for its rivalries. Michael Jordan versus the Detroit Pistons, Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird, LeBron James versus the Golden State Warriors. But not all feuds make the headlines. Behind the scenes, there have been conflicts, tensions, and clashes that most fans never even knew existed. Some were sparked by clashing personalities, some by competition for leadership and playing time, and others by high-stakes moments in the playoffs or locker rooms. These hidden NBA beefs often shaped careers, influenced trades, and even altered the course of championship runs. From teammates who couldn't see eye to eye to rivals who traded insults off camera, these secret conflicts reveal a side of the NBA that few ever get to see. In this video, we're diving deep into the NBA beefs that stayed out of the spotlight. Stories of tension, drama, and rivalry that changed the game behind closed doors. Kevin Durant versus Russell Westbrook. Teammates turned tense rivals. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook were once the heart and soul of the Oklahoma City Thunder, a dynamic duo that carried the team to multiple playoff appearances and an NBA Finals berth in 2012. On the court, their skills complemented each other perfectly. Westbrook's explosive athleticism and relentless drives paired with Durant's silky scoring ability. But behind the scenes, tension simmered. Westbrook's dominant, fiery personality often clashed with Durant's quieter, more methodical approach. Westbrook wanted to control the pace and assert leadership, while Durant preferred a balanced, team-oriented style. Sources and insiders revealed that this tension was a constant topic in locker rooms and even affected team chemistry during critical games. The feud ultimately culminated in Durant making the shocking decision to leave Oklahoma City in 2016 and join the Golden State Warriors, a move that stunned fans and reshaped the league. This behind-the-scenes conflict shows how internal team beefs, even between superstar teammates, can have far-reaching consequences for franchises in the NBA landscape. Draymond Green versus Kevin Durant, championship tensions in Golden State. The Golden State Warriors were a near-perfect team on paper, but even dynasties have cracks. One of the most talked about behind-the-scenes conflicts involved Draymond Green and Kevin Durant. While the Warriors won multiple championships together, tension between Green's fiery, outspoken personality and Durant's reserved, disciplined approach occasionally boiled over. Their disagreements weren't just minor arguments. They erupted in heated locker room debates and even spilled onto the court. The most infamous incident occurred during the 2018 season when Green and Durant had a confrontation in the locker room that reportedly left teammates stunned. Though they maintained professionalism publicly, sources suggest these clashes contributed to Durant's decision to leave Golden State in 2019 to join the Brooklyn Nets. This feud highlights how personality clashes, even on a championship-caliber team, can shape the careers of superstars and influence major roster decisions. DeMarcus Cousins versus Anthony Davis. Big men, big tensions. DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis were one of the most physically dominant front-court duos in the NBA during their time with the New Orleans Pelicans. On the surface, they were teammates with the potential to lead the team deep into the playoffs. But behind the scenes, tension brewed. Both players had strong personalities and were used to being the focal point of their respective teams. Reports from teammates and insiders suggest that clashes over leadership, touches in the paint, and decision-making created friction on and off the court. This internal tension contributed to a fractured locker room environment and fueled trade rumors that eventually sent Cousins elsewhere. The beef between these two stars demonstrates how overlapping roles and competing egos in a team of talented players can affect team chemistry and alter the trajectory of a franchise. Latrell Sprewell versus P.J. Carlesimo, the infamous practice altercation. Latrell Sprewell's conflict with coach P.J. Carlesimo is one of the most notorious NBA beefs in history, and it went far beyond typical locker room tension. In 1997, while playing for the Golden State Warriors, Sprewell physically attacked Carlesimo during a practice, choking him in a shocking altercation captured by witnesses. The incident was reportedly triggered by Carlesimo's strict coaching style and frequent criticisms, which Spruill felt were personal attacks. The fallout was massive. Spruill received a 68-game suspension, one of the longest in NBA history at the time, and his reputation was forever changed. This beef serves as a stark example of how conflicts between players and coaches can escalate to extreme levels, affect careers, and leave a lasting mark on the league's history. Carmelo Anthony versus LeBron James, Team USA tensions. While Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James are both legends of the game, their time together on Team USA revealed subtle tension that fans rarely saw. Both players were established stars accustomed to leading their teams, and this occasionally created friction over ball distribution and leadership roles. During practices and international competitions, sources suggest there were disagreements about shot selection and offensive hierarchy. While nothing ever escalated publicly into a full-blown feud, the dynamic between these two superstars demonstrated how even highly professional athletes can experience behind-the-scenes friction when multiple alpha personalities share the court. Their story highlights that even off the NBA stage, internal competition and contrasting styles can shape team dynamics and influence performance. Vince Carter versus Tracy McGrady, Toronto tensions. Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady, both incredibly talented and highly marketable players, shared the spotlight in Toronto during the late 1990s and early 2000s. Although they were teammates and even friends, tension developed over leadership, touches, and the team's offensive focus. Carter was the veteran star and primary scorer, while McGrady was the rising talent eager to carve out his own role. Reports indicate that disagreements over who should take critical shots and who should lead the team in clutch moments caused occasional friction in practices and games. While the tension never escalated into physical confrontations, it played a part in McGrady eventually leaving Toronto for Orlando, reshaping both players' careers. This beef illustrates how internal competition, even among teammates with mutual respect, can influence roster decisions and the trajectory of an entire franchise. Kevin Garnett versus Kobe Bryant, Superstar Showdowns. Kevin Garnett and Kobe Bryant were both legendary players whose fierce competitiveness extended off the stat sheet. Their rivalry heated up during the late 1990s and early 2000s, when Garnett was with the Minnesota Timberwolves and Bryant was establishing himself as the face of the Los Angeles Lakers. Both were alpha players who demanded attention on offense, and their clash of personalities often turned physical on the court. Garnett's trash-talking, intensity, and defensive pressure frequently targeted Kobe, who responded with his own fire and killer mentality. These confrontations went beyond regular competition. They were psychological battles designed to assert dominance. While neither beef ever led to off-court drama, their on-court clashes remain some of the most heated moments in NBA history and showcase how superstar rivalries can push both players to elevate their game. Allen Iverson versus Tyronn Lue, practice showdowns. In the early 2000s, Allen Iverson, known for his competitive fire, had a heated practice incident with teammate Tyronn Lue in Philadelphia. Both players were vying for ball control and leadership, and tensions boiled over during a particularly intense practice session. Iverson's relentless drive and Lue's desire to assert himself created a clash that could have affected team chemistry, though it remained largely under wraps from the media. This beef shows how competition for hierarchy and respect within the team can generate behind-the-scenes conflicts, even when players publicly maintain professionalism. The NBA isn't just a game of skill and talent, it's a world full of intense personalities, egos, and hidden drama. From superstar teammates like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook clashing over leadership, to locker room showdowns between Draymond Green and Durant, to the infamous Latrell Sprewell and PJ Carlesimo incident, these behind-the-scenes beefs show that conflict is often as much a part of the game as dunks and buzzer beaters. Even subtle tensions, like Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James navigating leadership on Team USA, or Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady adjusting to shared spotlight in Toronto, reveal the complex human side of professional basketball. These feuds may not always make headlines, but they shape careers, influence trades, and sometimes even determine championship outcomes. Which NBA beef shocked you the most? Were you surprised to learn about these hidden conflicts, or did some of them seem inevitable given the personalities involved? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know which story resonated with you.